Welcome to the Roaring Twenties. Fashion.
Men wore suits and ties for work. Children dressed as many adults. Girls wore skirts and sweaters. Boys wore shirts and pants.
Women often had bobbed hair and wore short dresses nicknamed flappers, and rich women's clothing was made out of silk, lace, and velvet.
Homes. Homes were built in a bungalow style. The national average income was $750 per capita. Compared to today, it isn't much.
Pets of the 1920s were often dogs, birds, and cats.
Politics. Presidents. Woodrow Wilson, 1913 to 1921. He was a Democrat. Warren G. Harding, 1921 to 1923, Republican. Calvin Coolidge, 1923 to 1929, Republican.
Inventions of the 1920s were Band-Aids, a bulldozer, hairdryer, 3D movies, penicillin, and sliced bread.
Famous people. Albert Einstein, famous scientist. He won the Nobel Prize in 1921. George Washington Carver, he was a scientist who came up with more than 100 uses for the peanut. Charlie Chaplin was a famous movie maker. Babe Ruth was a famed baseball player. He played for the New York Yankees and was nicknamed the Sultan of Sweat.
Walt Disney was a famous cartoonist and the founder of Disney World and Disneyland. Henry Ford was a car maker and the founder of the Ford Company. Bessie Smith was a jazz singer who sang "Nobody Knows When You're Down and Out."
Major events. The stock market crashed in 1929, beginning the Great Depression. Women got the vote in all states on August 18, 1920.
In our food, we have peaches, lettuce, cabbage, biscuits, tomatoes, corn, jello, macaroni and cheese, spaghetti, turkey, and in drinks, tea, 7-Up, Coca-Cola, Kool-Aid, milk, and water. Famous desserts were often pineapple upside-down cake, s'mores, baby Ruths, egg cream, cookies, Mr. Goldhart, Mike and Ike's, Reese's.
Entertainment. Baseball was the favorite sport of many Americans. The first Reader's Digest was published in 1922. The first motion picture with sound was The Jazz Singer. It was made in 1927.
The Band-Aids were invented in 1924 because of a woman who hurt her hand cooking by her husband. And Frederick Hawkins was the first to discover that the body needs a fixed amount of nutrients to survive.
The Prohibition Act was passed in the 1920s. Alcohol was illegal and consumption or sale was not allowed.
Top songs were My Mama, Ain't Misbehavin', I Wanna Be Loved by Kate, and Nobody Knows When You're Down and Out.
The end.